Hi, welcome to A Punk with Toys. My name is Lawrence, and today we're going to take a look at the GI Joe Classified Jodie, Shooter, Craig. Now, I know I normally don't use the government name. I would normally just say Shooter, but because this is a somewhat of a new character, yet somewhat of an old character, I want to say her whole name. So anyway, she was available in the 4-inch line. I think the 50th anniversary, or 25th anniversary, I believe it is 25th. One or the other, I don't know. Anyway, 4-inch line, never an O-ring, but she actually is one of the original GI Joes. And there is a panel that you see the name Shooter. You don't see who she is or who he may have been. It's impossible to know, but they did retcon it, and Larry Hama did it. But if you are interested, I will put a link in the description to JLS Comics, where he does a whole video about Jodie, Shooter, Craig, that you can learn a little bit about it. Because I'm not going to try and BS everyone, because I don't know anything about this character other than she's clearly a sniper. So anyway, clearly looking at the figure, here you have the Walmart exclusive. Should have said that earlier. It's Walmart exclusive. You got the giant sniper rifle. You got the Dark Energon, another picture of her. Here's the accessories that she comes with. Side artwork, again, I think she looks really, really nice here. Number 90 in the line. I just did Helix, and she's like 104. So, I mean, they're jumping all over the place. Here's the QR code that takes you to a website, maybe? I don't know. And on the back here, you have the official height of the actual action figure, along with her, the mask, the extra hair, picture of her tattoo, all the other good stuff that comes with it. So anyway, we're going to open her up. We're going to take a look at her. Hopefully I'll have better luck with this figure rather than the QC issues that I had with Agent Helix. And if anyone is watching and wondering what I'm talking about, my Agent Helix, the arm was broken right out. I did not contact Hasbro. I contacted BBTS because that's where I got her from, and that is exactly what BBTS actually wants you to do. So if anyone is wondering if they're upset about it, if you got a figure of any sort from BBTS, Big Bad Toy Store, they want you to contact them. You don't contact the actual manufacturer. So just wanted to get that out there. So anyway, let's get into this. But before we do, if you like the content that I've been giving you and all the GI Joe stuff, all the classified and anything else that's GI Joe related, take a second, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, hit that bell notification so you're notified every time I do drop a GI Joe video. Now let's take a look at this. All right, so I got her out of her plastic-free prison, and let's first take a look at the coffin. And I think this looks really nice. Doesn't look as good as Helix, but I think Helix is just really good in black and white. This one's a little bit softer in the face, but again, the artwork is wonderful. Classified did a wonderful job. We have not seen how the new figures are going to look with the plastic back, but I hope they leave that. But looking at Mutton Junkyard, I'm not sure we're going to have it. So here we have Jodie Fisher Craig. Again, this is the 6. Oh, wait a minute. No, it's 90. Star. Again, I'm not getting into it anymore. I've said my piece on that. So let's take a look at the accessories because, ugh. All right. First off, in a box, this is the sniper rifle. Now, this was supposed to be put in there to protect the weapons, to keep them straight from getting bent, getting ruined, and I just don't think we're gonna look at that. What the hell is that? This is just, like, this type of crap is just comical. At some point, you just gotta laugh, and you're like, wow. Like that, like, wow. That's all I have to say. I don't even know what else to say other than wow. And again, it's probably soft enough that we can flex it back into place, but it is so flexible. This is not good. I would say this is unacceptable, but I continue to buy them, but it is unacceptable for adult collectors to be getting stuff like this. So let's take a look at it, and let's see here. We have the stock, which is clearly bent. I'm going to have to go fix this. And you got your nice scope up here. You got your magazine well. Let's grab the magazine. All right, looks decent enough. I'm assuming it goes in like so, maybe not. Yeah, I don't know how this thing goes in. Maybe like that. Guess I can look at the box and see if it shows me. It does not. So anyway, someone in the comments will tell me if I have it in right or if I have it in wrong. Again, that really came out completely wrong. Yeah, I don't think it's supposed to go that way. So I think it's supposed to go in this way, so it looks like it's going to go up straight. But looking at the rifle doesn't look bad. The durometer and how soft this is absolutely awful. They do leave a hole on the bottom here, so if you want to create some sort of strap for it, you can. It's not going to hurt, that is for sure. All right, and then you have the long barrel. Again, the gun doesn't look all that bad. It has what I would assume is a suppressor at the tip of it. But it's that ugly gray, just very plain, very blah. It doesn't really help anything. The softness of the weapon isn't good at all. Again, I cannot say anything good about this. I mean, the sculpt is decent, but yeah, the execution is awful. So take a look at her pistol. It looks more like a flare pistol to me, but I believe that's supposed to be a built-in suppressor. You do have a port for blast effects. I forgot to mention this one does too, but who knows where your blasts are actually firing. It sure is not in front of you. Now this gun I think actually looks pretty nice. It's got a flashlight on the inside. Looks like it has a very small extended magazine. It seems fairly straight. I actually like the way this pistol looks, even though, again, it could pass as a flare gun if you really wanted it to. This is to strap the rifle onto her back, so it's going to peg in to the trigger guard, and then it's just going to snap right in. Boom, pop that in her back. Then we have a small little knife. Again, no paint apps at all. I mean, this really reminds me of the early Classified where they just kind of threw stuff in the box. I'm very disappointed in this. Again, little paint apps, you know, a silver blade, you know, and a black handle go a long way. Hell, even the gray handle. But all this gray, and I heard other people complain about all the gray in some of these weapons, and some of them, they look good. Other ones, well, let's be honest, not so much. So here we have two different hair pieces. So we have the one hair piece here. It's got a little ponytail in the back. The hair looks really nice, and they put some paint apps on the hair. So that doesn't look bad at all. You can see this brown in it. All in all, it looks really nice. Then you have this one here. You can see that the braids are brown, so she obviously dyed that hair brown, and she's has it braided back. Kind of little ponytail. And then let's get to the figure. And here's her mask. Now, I didn't really realize that her mask is a whole hairpiece. So we're going to leave this on. We'll pop that off in a second. She just kind of has some bug eyes here. So you have the gas mask. Doesn't look bad. The green is a different color. The strap looks nice how it goes in. Now, they did a really good job of making sure that her hair on all the pieces, on all the wigs, are the exact same color and dyed in the same spot. So that's a nice little touch. I take that back, because this one here wouldn't be dyed in the back, it'd be dyed in the front. So I was wrong, but these two pieces are essentially the same. All right, here she has the sheath for her knife. She has her her armor, some pockets on it. She's got a little countdown of 5 minutes. Again, the straps look nice, but having just a little bit of paint app, something in there just... Again, it is green, so I guess it does have a paint app, but it doesn't really pop all that well. She's got her belt that runs across here. Obviously, a couple little pouches for her. And then she's got two little pieces here that will hold, I don't know, the hooks for something. Someone in the military will probably tell me what it is. Please, if you know what the hooks are actually for, let me know. There's a holster for a pistol. This is completely different than what we've had before. And look at the articulation. Arms articulated up to the T-pose. Bicep swivel. Pinless double joints. Again, this is right out of the box, as you can see. Same with this side. Arms are a little tight, but don't feel bad. And you have your wrist swivel. Head can look up just a little bit, down, and it does pivot back and forth. Her waist is going to swivel. She can turn back and forth. The Jean-Claude Van Damme, which is way better than what we got with Agent Helix. Drop down hips. Can go forward and backwards. About that much. Double pinless knees, so it is a newer leg design. There you have your thigh swivel. Again, no issues with the tolerance of her. Then you have your ankle pivots, and you have her little booties that everyone seems to absolutely hate. Now, I have to say, looking at them in person, they don't look as bad as I thought they would look. But I think people changing out the legs and picking up those scarlets probably make it look a little bit better. But she has some nice detail on her legs here. Nice little zipper that runs down, so I'm assuming it's on both sides. Knee pads. She's got her thigh pads here just to protect her. This all looks really nice, as I mentioned. The back looks nice. So, and then she has her gloves. And does she have no watch or anything? All right. So there's her tattoo. And I think it looks really nice. It is a snake with an arrow through it, as you might imagine. She's obviously a Joe operative. And looks like I got a little bit of runoff here of plastic, so I just kind of got to scrape that away. Thought that was like part of a tattoo kind of just itching out. There's no tattoo over here, so they did a pretty good job. Once again, they didn't put anything on the elbows because it kind of breaks, but they did make this go around where your bend is. But all in all, the figure looks really nice. Now let's pop off and take a look at her face. And, oh, she also does have her, she does have the, the butterfly joints. Now, I've mentioned before, butterfly joints aren't always useful if they're not made properly. And again, these don't seem to be all that great. So let's put on the ponytail and see how this head sculpt looks. So I think this looks really good. It definitely looks like Zoe, the girl that plays Gamora. Eyes look really good. Is that a mark on her? No, I thought there was like a mark on it, but that's just the shading right there. I know there's a mark. You know, I gotta take these glasses off so I can see. So she has some definite paint runoff. Okay, so just kind of brush that off. But look at those eyes. I think they look really nice. Now the marks on her nose. That's just a little piece of paint there. And with the hair, she looks really good now. She has a fairly big forehead, it seems. But no big deal. It's an action figure. She does have some paint on her lips, so it's not just all one color, and I think that looks really nice. And the eyes are just dark, and they make her look like she is, she's an angry person. She means business. Maybe not angry, but just means business. Let me pop this one on here. And I kind of like both of them. yeah, I gotta say, all the headpieces look really nice. I like the way this figure looks. Not bad at all. What I didn't look at was her shoes. I guess I should have mentioned her shoes. So, there's her sneakers, tennis shoes. I don't know why I call them sneakers. I don't ever refer to anything as sneakers. She got some Velcro straps. Who doesn't love Velcro straps? Again, they remind me. I know he doesn't wear shoes, but Namor and his little wings, that's what these things remind me of. But they don't look bad. I think too many people, myself included, looked at them and thought they looked awful. But when I see them in person, they look much better. Now, a lot of these female figures definitely tend to have an issue standing. That doesn't mean you can't stand them, because once again, I do not use stands. But you do have to work at getting them to stand properly. And as you can see, it's not that easy right out of the box. So there, I got her to stand, but we're going to do some working to get her in some poses. So now let's kind of armor her up. The pistol in the sheath right here, and the sheath in the holster, the knife in the sheath. Now that all looks really nice. Just going to peg onto her back. Now you're really only going to want that if you have her sniper up there. And then this thing just kind of pops in just like that. Now this thing is absolutely huge. I gotta say, the magazine doesn't seem to want to stay in all that well, but what can you expect when the tolerance of the plastic is so, well, it's awful. It's absolutely awful. So, now the gray weapons just don't look all that well. And here, as you can see, she needs some sort of bipod to really be shooting this, in my opinion, where she can kind of lay down. I think this rifle just, it comes off as being way too big. They have some other rifles. I think I would have rather seen either Snow Job's rifle or Snow Job or Lowlight's rifle be used for her. I mean, I really don't want to see this, because it's not that the rifle is so bad, it's just that it looks awful. Because, I mean, come on, it's just ridiculous. I don't get it, man. I just don't get it. So there you go. I don't know what else to say. The figure looks awesome. The weapons are so disappointing. I love the mask here. We just pop this mask right back on. I do like how they did this. So, I mean, this looks really nice, but again, there's a few things that leave us scratching our head completely. Alright, so my final first thought on Shooter is that I think the figure looks awesome. I love the colors, I love the hair, the tattoo looks good, the face, and everything that comes on the figure, along with both sets of hair, look really good. The pistol is perfectly fine, the knife is fine, although I wish they had some paint apps. But then we get to the rifle, which is really what you're going to be using. That's what you want to showcase. And it is awful. Look at that bend in it. I don't understand it. It looks like the snake that actually got shot with the arrow. So I know for a fact that they are trying to work on this and they want a higher tolerance. But this is just something that is very unacceptable when it comes to making these figures. They don't need to be super hard weapons like some other manufacturers, but they need to not be something that is this soft. So there's your review. You guys do what you want with it. Alright, so that's the GI Joe Classified Shooter review. Again, there's not much more that I can say. You saw everything that, I feel with it. Again, some things need to be taken care of, and I hope that they address this. I feel like some of the figures that are coming right now, the weapons seem a little bit, they have a harder tolerance when it comes to the durometer. Maybe this is just a batch when they were still using the super soft plastic. It's not okay. It means I have to go out and I have to find weapons elsewhere to use, because even after you heat them up, it doesn't mean they're going to stay where they're supposed to. So I'm going to get out of here. But hey, you know what? Listen, if you've been watching me this long, you know what to do. Take a second, jump on social media, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, A Punk with Toys, the Facebook group page, Punks with Toys, because once you join, you're a punk with toys. And if you're ever wondering, listen, I do these in like one shot. That's what I try and do. One take. It's not for everyone, but hey, I want you to know what it's like to grab the figure out of the box and what you're gonna have to do. A lot of other reviewers do a wonderful job, but when you see the figures, they've already heated the weapons, they've heated the figures up, they've moved around. I want you to know what it's like when you open this up, because if you're new to the brand and you're like, hey, you know what? I don't know what to expect. This is what you can expect. So I'm gonna get out of here, but before you do, you stay this long, take a second. Hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, hit that bell notification so you're notified every time I do drop a GI Joe video. Now don't go anywhere. Right up here is the Agent Helix video, and down here is the playlist of all the classified videos that I've done, and that's all of them.